Next tonight, the fake health report fiasco. Erie County's top doctor took questions from lawmakers today after the I-team exposed a health inspector filed dozens of phony restaurant reports. And tonight, I-team reporter Ed Dranch is learning there had been issues with the inspector dating back months.
It turns out former Erie County Health Inspector Timothy Bean had been on his supervisor's radar since September, when we've learned his restaurant inspection productivity dropped. But it appears that wasn't ever discussed with Commissioner Dr. Gail Burstein, who last month told the I-team she wasn't informed about Bean and his falsified restaurant inspections until December. 4 months later.
He was counseled by his supervisor, and then all of a sudden they increased. And so we think that increase was due to a submission of falsified reports.
It was in December when his supervisor received 2 inspections for the same Tim Hortons in West Seneca, done on the same day. One by Bean, which was a fraud, and another, which was valid. What was the reasoning behind this?
You know, Ed, if I could give you a good reasoning, I would. I don't know.
Burstein was questioned about that by Erie County lawmakers during a special hearing.
Do you have any idea how long Mr. Bean was doing this before he ended up tripping up himself and getting caught?
No, I mean we don't have we don't have any evidence.
Do we know if he forged the person in charge's signature every time?
Well, yes. I mean that is the way that we were able to determine that the reports were falsified.
Bean had been on the job from 2006 until he resigned in December. No one from the health department could say how many reports he'd done in that time. Burstein calls Bean a bad apple and says this is a rare situation.
Have you gone back and actually tested the validity of that claim?
Well, again, we have limited number of staff, and so we are putting our priorities on making sure that the inspections are done in a timely fashion.
At this point, you can't really validate the accuracy or validity of the other reports that have been done within your office.
Right.
As a result of Bean's bogus reporting, Burstein said new control measures are being implemented. Supervisors who normally inspect restaurants will be doing surprise checks of inspectors and will survey restaurants by phone to make sure inspectors show up. She says these new procedures will be among the strongest in New York State.
There are still many questions about what Bean was doing on county time if he wasn't inspecting all of these restaurants. We learned today that's part of the DA's investigation, which at this point is still ongoing. In downtown Buffalo tonight, Ed Dranch, 7 Eyewitness News.